You can see that little peepers. No dogs. Hello, little peepers. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. I want you to come out into the light. Hello, peepers. Yeah? Hello in there. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Clyde very much wants to come in. Where's the switch? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, guys. I don't know if you can see him. You can't see him because the camera wants to focus on the grate. Sorry. All right. Yeah. Hello, excuse me.
Usually put something kind of over them, and
You probably just tip that up. They're not quite tall enough to jump.
will you be surprised?
Hi, Peeper. Oh, 2 for 1.
So you guys think you're going to your death, sir?
You're not going to literal greener pastures. Oh, it's terrible.
Got a screamer.
Oh, that's terrible. Goodness. You're all right. Yeah, you're all right. Oop. They take their food with them. Slide that on in there and get out of the way. Sorry.
Somebody move.
Mostly get out of the way anyway. I think dum-dums.
Hell, they were trapped.
Yeah. Alright. See how nosy the cattle are.
Yep.
And now the peepers have a chicken tractor. Hello, little peepers. Beep, 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 beep.
Time to be chickened. Oh yeah, everyone's all, yeah, there you go. Good kid.
So we'll figure this out. Oh, there's good stuff in the ground. Tiny dinosaurs. And a big nosy cow. So what are those? Very worried. What do you think about all this, guys? Chicken tractor! See, I just think they're funny looking babies.
They're in that awkward teenage state.
Yeah, funny looking babies.
And through puberty. Some of them look like they have cottontails on their.
Yeah, they do.
And the black ones have those puffy things on the back of their head.
Yeah. Yeah, the black ones definitely look more reptilian to me, more dinosaur.
Like they should have little tiny arms on their chest.
Yes, exactly. And the bull is just like, I don't think so. Hi.
Yeah. No. That's what she thinks.
Good morning. What, you got all the treats you're getting today? That's it. You've had plenty. Just right here. Just right here. Hello, this. Okay, so here's a little update for you. When I say things are greener, I mean things are freaking greener. So I'm spending all my time weeding and now putting down straw now that I know where the babies are. So these are the June-bearing strawberries that I have they're starting to send off runners. So like 1, 2, 3. Those are all babies. They're still attached to the string, but they are being rooted. So I can use these things as ground cover. Way down here, there is a row of beets. I'm not sure if you can see those on the camera. See if I can get right up on it. I don't know. But that's a baby beet. The tomatoes have been getting pruned, and I've started their clones so that we can have another round of tomatoes once they get going. We have baby basils in here. So there's a beet right there, and there's a basil right there. You see him? I'm not sure. That guy right there. I have an impatient puppy over there. Anyway, because these are still coming up, the beets are still uncovered for the most part. And I really kind of need to finish this project before I leave, because I bored in, 4 days? Hello. He's very impatient. Anyway, so in between these are the bell peppers right here. And in between, all those weeds can go bye-bye. And we're going to put in the bush peas in between. So we'll have a little nitrogen fixing going on as well. And the peas won't fight with the tomatoes the way the beans will. Tomatoes and peppers. Anyway, so I just came through here with the mower because we have overseeded all of this with clover, and you can start to see where it's coming up. The white clover will be our walkways. And of course there's still grass in here, because even though when she tilled, she broke up all of the rhizomes. And of course they're starting to root themselves. These are the bananas and jalapenos, peppers in here, and then we've got okra coming up in between. So this was planted like, I don't know, 4 days ago. Okra is incredibly fast, but those will come up and be nice and tall and provide a little shade over there. Over here we have, good Lord, I've got green onions and radishes and turnips and zinnias and carrots and lettuce, all starting to come up along with our bulb onions. The bush beans, for the holes that did not, for some reason, take. We planted them twice. They did not take. So instead, she's planted an okra. So, okay, fill the space. Let's just do it. Let's see, what else? Over here, this is basically all seeds except for these little, tiny little starts, which are ground cherries. And looks like they're starting to take, which is great. But this is all going to be chives and basil and cilantro, ground cherries, and alyssum. So it'll all be bloomy and big. Initially planned on that being a flower garden. Well, it's going to be. This bed is all yellow squash, sunflowers, okra, and sugar snap peas coming in. And I just got the coverage on there. We had some serious storms come through, so I just got the coverage on that to keep it nice and moist. Over here we have the initial bed of okra and watermelons and peppers and cucumbers. And look how nice and lush that green grass is. So I got to go through there and weed that some more. There's also peppers and basil in this mess. But hopefully I can get ahead of that. Over here we have the sugar cube cantaloupes. They're like little miniature cantaloupes, but super sweet. With sunflowers and okra and more sugar snap peas and zinnias. What else is in here? If it made it, there are Thai chili peppers in here. I don't know. Hard to say if they made it. Then little flame weeder. I like that thing. Over here, we have our corn bed is coming in with the sentinel watermelons down the middle and scarlet runner beans to climb the corn. And then this is a weird hybrid watermelon. I don't know what it is exactly, but the borage is blooming. I love borage. It's so cool. It's a cool plant. But yeah, so all the way down, and you can see the difference between strawberries that have been weeded and cleaned up and set with straw compared to these strawberries that still need finished. I need to get out when it's not so blazing hot and clean up this bed so I can get it all set, because right now these have been producing strawberries and they lay on the dirt, which just means they're going to rot, which is awful. Can't bear to waste that. Anyway, I'm not going to go over the back line because that's not worth it to me. It's too small right now. Over here we have more watermelons, more peas. So bush peas, which are supposed to be heat and drought tolerant, which is amazing. I didn't know that even existed. And bush beans are all in this bed so far. I don't know if you can hear them, but there is our beehive right here. And it looks to me like everybody is clustered right here and heading towards me, oddly enough. Well, I was going to go out back. Hello. Maybe not. All right, come on, guys. I don't know which way they're going, but they are definitely swarming. Yeah. They do seem to be on the move now, don't they? Hopefully, if they are going to swarm to a box, hopefully they swarm to the other box. Because he's got hive traps back there in the far, far, far corner. You can see a little box. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they are on the move. That is not necessarily a good thing. And he's not home, so there's nothing I know what to do. Hopefully they didn't just take everybody with them. Oh. Or if they did, hopefully they end up in one of the swarm traps. And we can just put them back in. Because that does not bode well. But what do I know? I mean, I'm new at all this. Alright, we're going to go check on some grapes. Yeah? And yeah, now pretty thoroughly stripped from the cow. I'll just drag this sucker over there while I'm at it. So these are the muscadines. Got the lowest cord stretched. She did a great job on that. Hey, look at that. Now I finally see a basil coming up from there. These were all planted with seedlings, but they kind of got knocked out. And then, like I said, we had serious rain. And I'm hoping we'll find watermelons here in just a second. We got Weed Mountain over there. Wrong kind of weed. Sorry, guys. I see a watermelon. There's one. So most of this, we have now run out of watermelon seeds at this point. And I have only seen two starts, which is not good. I wonder where those bees just went. They might. There's another swarm trap way up front, which hopefully that's where they just went. There's a watermelon right there. There's one. There's another one. There's two. Looking and looking and looking. Go down the middle. Maybe they're coming up in the middle. And they should be about 3 feet apart, so I'm good to walk right in the middle. There's 1, 2. I'm not seeing any on my left. 2. 3. Come on, guys. 1, 2, 3. So those are all going to be sugar babies. 4. There's another one. Finally, finally, finally. 5. Come on. It's 5. Still searching. 5. Come on, that's 5. Where's the rest of them? Still looking. Six, 7. So the sugar babies are coming up. That's good. 7. Keep looking. And somebody needs to go play in the pond. Can't say I blame them. It's pretty hot. What you got? Who's there? Who's in that pond? Who's in there? Who is it? Did you get him? Watch out for those turtles. Whew. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but way straight back there is the new hive and a bee trap. So hopefully they end up over there. What are you doing? All right, buddy, come on. And all these blackberries. So many blackberries. Anyway, I'll wander over here and have a look at this beehive. Yeah. Still have some activity. There you are. Hey, nope, nope. Come on. Okay, so nobody ever teaches anybody things, simple things like I live with my fork and knife, right? So I have been known to just use this, but I've also noticed that nobody ever teaches anybody how to use these things. And this thing can save you all kinds of time and effort. But, so I'm dealing with this Bermuda grass and silver grass. Right, simple enough. Dig down, get the whole freaking root. That's the key. The other thing you can do with this is instead of digging, you can actually slice. So I go through, and it just rained, so this is all clean. But go through, just slice off the top, loosen it up, and then you can just get the roots out. Real simple. It works best if you're not dealing with that thick Bermuda grass. Anything's got a taproot. If you leave it under there, then you're screwed. So, most of these things are so young, I can just slice underneath, tap off, and then the soil comes off pretty easily. This is all going to go into a compost bin, and I'm not worried about losing the topsoil because it's going right into the compost bin, which is going to come right back. Now there's a big, what I call rabbit grass. right here. I want to dig under there and make sure that gets all the way out. But that way you can make sure you get the whole root. Go back and just pull out. Just give it a wiggle. And then you'll get the whole root. There's that, right? The other thing is I'll go through with the fork for thicker things. Like back in here, you've got invading grasses. And I just loosen it. Because the fork gets down in there, gets it all nice and loose. And obviously I want to be careful around my tomatoes and the peppers and all of that, but there's that. The other thing I do with the fork is I'll go through and just tap it in, gently rock it back and forth. Right? And then I've got planting holes. All that unused space can be planted. Alright, so I just did with fork. It's pretty easy to get most of this out. Everybody hates weeding. I don't hate weeding, it's just time consuming. You want to make sure you knock off as much as you can. But that way you get the whole root ball. I don't know if you can really see that, but yeah, nice and clean.